As I was saying, after a month I bought a new camera. Technical details in case anyone wants to know. Sony Alpha 7 II with a kit lens and an 85mm prime lens. Now for the decidedly non-technical part. First things first, I took a ridiculously generous amount of time to simply glance at my new set of Freedom in a box. My previous Freedom came with two wheels and an engine, so this time I was able to have an unboxing ritual and acted surprised. Although a genuine surprise would also been part of the feelings had I unboxed that engine. Anyway, after opening the box, I did more glancing at the camera and the lens, carefully putting everything else back in the box. I successfully attached the lens to the camera and made it functional. All this bragging because it was my first time and I managed to finish the job even with the performance pressure. So after doing nothing at all for a few minutes, it was time for another unboxing, taking out the manual, mostly to avoid playing with expensive trial and error of, ooh, what does this button do? Followed by my own cartoon explosion moment, leaving my face covered with fresh charcoal and perfectly straight hairs pointing somewhere out the back. I had a couple of hours before venturing out for my first street photography walk, so after briefly reading the manual, I did what any other experienced professional photographer, or at least anyone desperately trying to be one, would have done. I opened YouTube and asked precisely about the Sony Alpha camera settings and gently watched a relatively shorter video, or in technical words, a reel. Apparently, starting out was not that difficult. You primarily need to understand the exposure triangle, your camera's daily grind, aperture, how wide your coffee mug's rim is. A big opening means you're focusing on just that perfect latte art, blurring out the messy counter. A tiny opening means you see the entire chaotic cafe in sharp detail, including your spilled sugar. Shutter speed, how quickly you drink your coffee. A super fast sip freezes every drop, showing a perfectly still moment. A slow, lingering gulp turns the moving steam into dreamy, blurry streak of caffeine magic. And ISO, your coffee's intensity, or how much kick it has. Low ISO is your perfectly roasted smooth brew. Crank it too high, and it's like adding too much cheap instant powder. You get more energy, but also a lot of grainy, unappetizing noise. This is my superior theoretical coffee knowledge. It started with espresso martinis. Way too many stupid decisions to prove that it also helps me to think clearly. Eventually. Okay, sometimes. Then began the tiresome walk. For the camera, not me. It had to capture whatever I felt like. And since I was feeling excited, there were many high energy moments. And believe it or not, there were some decent ones too, including the one attached to this post. A testament to beginner's luck, perhaps. This particular image was a good moment to remember. The first person I asked if I could take his photo without disturbing his game, and he surprisingly said yes. Later, he went on to lose 3 games, all on his own. Before the day came to an end, I was only physically tired because the other part was excitement for my newfound hobby. It was as if all those shop visits, physically and browser based, my questions upon questions and their answers upon answers, endless YouTube videos, some of them longer ones too, reviews of the reviews, comparison tables help, blogs, photos help, and manual reading, diagrams help, were all actually worth it. Looking at this photo on my laptop gave me a bit of confidence I needed for another walk and putting the theoretical knowledge into practice, at least the bits I could remember to remember. Stories of more photo sessions with fewer accidental background blurs next time.